arbitrage trade. The arbitrage isn't the program trade. The program trade is what causes the arbitrage trade. What we've got to try and do is recognize whether we agree with the program or not. If we disagree with the program, we're going to take the arbitrage component, which means that if it's red, we're going to buy it. If it's green, we're going to sell it. Well, that's when we disagree with it there. We're going to buy the arbitrage. And when it's red here, we're going to buy the arbitrage. And if you're buying arbitrage, you've got an incredible opportunity to make money. So when we then move on from that to the likes of the volatility curve, interestingly enough, the volatility curve completely agrees with this story, doesn't it? The volatility curve is also divergent almost exactly to the same degree as the dispersion trade. Look, it's almost the same line. You see that? It's almost the exact same line at this point. And you can see that that results in the best trade outcomes. And obviously there's been 3 of them potentially. There was this one here. And then there was this one here. And then there was this one here. So you've had 3 outcomes from that trade. And we've had a very, very nice first start to the session. Now, obviously, at the moment, it is a bottom line buy. What we need to now see is we need to see a similar situation happening in the VWAP area so that we're going to stay long. If it goes back below here, then, of course, we're probably going to have to be patient and just wait it out. We're back down here, aren't we? So either we're going to be buying in 2 locations. The 2 locations that we're going to buy in is this location here. And the other location we're going to buy in is this location here. So anywhere else is a far harder buy opportunity, isn't it? Anywhere else is a far harder buy opportunity. Because if it's up here, we're getting momentum. And if it's in here, the sellers have got momentum. And therefore, we've got to let that momentum run into the bottom edge, in which case, if we're going to be long, there's only 2 locations that we can be long from, and that's here or here. And that's kind of what we talked about when we talked about the order flow today as well, didn't we? We talked about that area where we couldn't be a buyer, for example. And when we can't be a buyer, we know what else is left. I mean, it leaves a sell or it leaves a nothing, right? It just leaves an empty hole. It leaves an empty space. And again, things can change when we get into an area, like a buyer can come in or a seller can come in, and that's absolutely fine. That happens all the time. But it means that we're at least aware of not overplaying anything in any area. We know how to play, we know how to deal, and we work around those areas. It's a good exit on oil, good drop on oil. Gold's had a nice upside. We've started to see some nice, we had a nice couple of flags at 55. A nice couple of flags at 55. And it's gone strongly bid off of those flags. In fact, the flags were at 54. So you see there's a gold there. So you can see that we've got these flags at 54, suggesting that there is some commercial ideas. There's some commercial buyers coming in the 54, 55 area here. And as a result, of course, our trade should be to try and buy this drop phase. It should be trying to get into that as a buyer and seeing if we can take the market makers trade off of these areas, take the market makers long out of this hole. And sure enough, the market maker's gone ahead and marked it up, and we got lucky on it, didn't we? We got a nice lucky break. We've gone 50 bid, and once this guy gets taken out, we're now away up to 64s. Does that flag area there make sense? Of course it does. You know, it's about just reading the flags, stacking it up, making sure that you know what you're going to be expecting. You see what you're expecting here, which is a 1, 2, 3 into a bottom edge. And then the hold at this area here. And from this point, it's all order flow buying. From that point there, it's all order flow buying. And it's just about finding it back towards the next trade level. So you're either buying at 50 or you're order flow buying at 55s to 65 for 1,000. which is really, really nice. So that's worked out quite pleasant for us as well. I'm not happy with the beans at 5, guys, so I have booked a wee bit of money, so that's been disappointing. I thought we were on for a move to the 1,000, but the value, the crush spreads dropped quite strongly into the hole here, so I have booked a wee bit of money at 5, stops at break even at 8s. So that's a disappointment, real disappointment. I thought we were on for a big one there. Talking of disappointments, the bond, obviously, the curve started to flatten, and that was the end of our upside, wasn't it? The curve started to flatten, bonds were finished, and the price has just pressed on through now. So that was disappointing. I thought we might have at least have got down to maybe 20.08s. But again, things change, Reeve. It's all right being in a short, but when things change, you gotta get yourself off the trade. And when it flattened on a drop, that's a bear flattener. We're doomed. We're absolutely doomed. We're never going to make any money, are we? It's going to be shocking. So natural gas, absolutely nothing much of any interest on the NG, is there? It's a rotten market at the moment. Fair value trading, so there's really no chance of getting any trades done. I was quite keen on maybe a bit of selling at the top edge, around about the 3.3, but the swaps went bid at 3.3, so there was no way I could sell it, obviously. And that's been the end of the trade, isn't it? Been the end of the deal. So I thought this was going to be a trade at 3.3. I did tweet it out, actually. And you can see what's happened. So when the price traded 3.3, the swaps are back in on the bid here. So there's no way we can sell it. So it's just a case of letting it go. So it looks like we're going to be on a NG buy trade reversal, aren't it? NG buy trade. So, oh well, no luck. One of those things.